Welcome back to From Nine to Mom.
Where we discuss balancing the 9 to 5 hustle with the beautiful chaos that we call motherhood.
And today is just a full catch-up episode because we've been MIA for 2 weeks. That's the first time ever in 2 years that we've skipped 2 weeks in a row. So we have so much to dive in. But first of all, if you guys are watching us, Danielle, new angle of the camera?
Yeah, I had to do some adjustments. So
Standing podcast today?
may have had a minimally invasive procedure, just like your run-of-the-mill Botox style procedure, but on my ass. And I did it because it was like a good opportunity, and it was kind of like presented as very easy thing, which I think for like some people, this is like in every, like some of my friends go do stuff for their bodies all the time. If you guys listen to Catie and I, we obviously don't do that.
I think that they could tell.
Right? Like, come on, like there's nothing going on here.
I don't even have an ounce of makeup on today.
It's fine, right?
Lucky we're here.
Like my mom asked me why my face was so red yesterday. I was like, because I ran out of makeup. Like, I don't know what you want from me. So she gave me some. That's how desperate my mom was to have me look better.
You're like, yeah, so you don't look good.
I go do this procedure and I can't, my butt is, I sent Catie a picture. So like, you guys can't see this. I'm not sharing it with you, but my butt is literally purple. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. But like the things we do to look younger, firmer, better. I genuinely don't know what I was thinking. Like anything that I ever do, there's some like my butt frog tattoo or like my ox, it's an XO tattoo. Like everything I do comes with an adverse side effect. This is not an adverse side effect. It's normal. Everything is right. Yeah. It's just that I can't stop laughing at myself. And then Catie, you sent me that Instagram of Sabrina Carpenter dancing in her mirror.
From SNL. Yeah, that's how I just picture you just like vibing out to staring at your ass. But maybe like, that's how it will look.
That's how it's going to look. And I'm just going to be like, and like, but in the meantime, I have the little, like what I'm using for ice packs right now. This is how desperate like you are as a mom. Those little pancakes, those little pancakes you serve your kids. That's what's
perfect.
Yep. It's good.
Warm those right up.
So like, yeah, I just think the new angle, it shouldn't last very long, but I'm just trying to do all the things I'm supposed to do. And I should be embarrassed sharing this. But the reality is like everyone I talk to, I'm going to be 40 next year, is like, what can we do to look younger, better? I'm traveling all the time now. And like everything feels like I need to just stay in line with the standards of the world.
Well, and I feel like everyone hits a stage after you've had, you're done having kids of like, you get really serious about either like your health or like, you're like, I have the freedom to control my body and like do what I want. And then like some people are like, I want a mommy makeover. I want this, like whatever it is. And I'm curious the percentage of women that like actually go through with it, you know?
Yeah, I think, well, there's a couple factors, right? There's money. So like I can't afford a mommy makeover, but if I could, I would have told you 100, I've said this a million times, like, we're doing this. Like, I'm going to do it. I've told you that.
As soon as we make it with this podcast, 2 for 1, we're going.
Yeah, we're going. But now
I don't, like, so this is the thing. I say it, but I don't know if I really would.
I've gotten approved for, we've talked about this on the podcast before, but I got approved for my reduction. And I called, like, after I had this procedure, like I called Jordan. This was not let me be clear. This was not a procedure. This was like it was like a Botox appointment. But after this like situation, I'm like, maybe I'm not meant for this life. Like maybe I'm just going to be an old haggard woman who relies on Korean skincare to try and look younger.
Yeah. Korean skin. That's the reason you're using Korean skincare. I just think like I would really want a breast reduction, but I don't know that I'd go through with anything else.
Yeah, I think that's like, I got approved through insurance. I feel like that's where I'll go. I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I just don't think I'm meant for it. Like, I don't think I have the strength. I'm like, pain doesn't bother me. It's like, I get anxiety. You know how I am. I get anxiety about it.
Well, I've also had a procedure in the last couple weeks because I injured my back again. For all those,
he was down and out.
Yeah, back pain is like no freaking joke. So anybody that's had like a whatever with your back, sciatica, lower back, upper back, it's a nightmare.
Can you share how you injured yourself? I feel like that's like, you've already been injured, but like, please tell them what you were doing that like.
Well, I feel like I have to go back to the beginning.
Be fair to this, yes,
to absolutely. Be fair. Yes. And the only reason I say that is because I'm an athlete and I feel like such a freaking wimp with all of it. And I'm like, how am I here? Like I used to run a ton, like that's what happens when you let yourself go and have kids, I suppose. But last year I injured it even worse, like right before I was supposed to travel to come see you.
Yep.
and got a steroid shot, got better, have been great. And then this year, right around Jack's birthday, we had his 4th birthday party at the trampoline park. So I'm sure everyone sees where that's going. And to be honest, I didn't like jump and injure myself because, like, first of all, like, big boobs, I'm not bouncing around
Yeah.
on the trampoline. Like, I don't have a sports bra good enough for something like
But
that.
to knock yourself right out.
Yeah. So I was like in there, but like imagine a 10 all, like, Jack was the oldest one there at 4 years old.
Yeah.
Like, we had
Yeah.
everyone younger than that there. We're like all like zone defense, all of the parents, every single one of us were out there besides the ones with infants. And it was just like chasing around. So I didn't like hurt it, but then like over the course of 2 days, I like couldn't move. I was like bedridden and I was so sad I had to miss a work trip, and it
Yeah, but
was
you
really
know, like that's how bad it was, and it's and you ended up having to get what, like a basically an
depressing.
epidural.
Yeah, it's yeah, epidural steroid injection, which some people probably like, that's fine, but like a steroid injection in your back is not fun. Like, they have to go in and like touch your nerve and make sure they're in the right spot and like basically
Oh, I
electrocute your legs.
know.
They do
Yeah.
it till that you get the feeling down your whole legs and they're like, oh, okay, we're in the right spot, and then they put the medication
They
in.
did that during my labor. Didn't they do that to you? Like it was the same thing. They tested to make sure they touched my nerve. Well, maybe not for you because yours worked. When they did mine after they did that
They
the
were like,
second time, they had
can
to
you feel
test.
this? Can you feel that? Yeah, we barely made it through the epidural the second time. But yeah, I don't want to ever have to get it again. So I am doing every preventative measure that my insurance will cover
Yeah,
is
Catie is
taken.
also like, what were you doing the other day that I was like, what is happening? You were
Oh, I
drinking
had a
some like
I had
green
a green
juice.
juice.
I only drink green juice when I'm hungover. So the fact that you're drinking it like as like a
Yeah.
regular
Well, I'm
thing,
trying an anti-inflammatory diet, but this is like,
gluten free, gluten
but
free.
like that's not my issue. Like, my issue is I'm just trying to eat more nutritious to keep inflammation down.
Yeah, but
And
gluten
like,
causes a lot of inflammation. That's why I
I
eat
also
it.
don't want to be miserable. It's really not gonna like,
You're so
that's not
happy.
gonna cure
You're
my
like,
back.
there's a fine line. I'm doing everything possible, but
Well,
I'm
like,
not
I
getting
literally,
miserable.
you should read the conversation I had with Daphne, my chat
Yeah.
GPT. I literally was like, hey, Daph, back pain, L4, L5 is herniated. Like, I'm like, but
No,
here's
yeah.
the deal. I want to get better, but I'm not going to give up drinking. I'm going to keep eating gluten. Like, it was, she actually didn't even recommend that. I didn't tell her not to, but she just said, like, you need to change the nutrition portion, like, eat for nutrition, not, anything else at this point. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to incorporate more vegetables and that. So yeah, a couple green juices here and there, better veggies for dinners. Trying to walk a lot, even though it hurts. Add a chiropractor, massage therapy. I won't do acupuncture. That I'd rather be in the
I've done
pain.
acupuncture. It doesn't hurt at all.
I just got cupping done today for the first time. That
Yeah,
felt
did it
pretty
hurt?
good. No.
I want to see pictures. I mean, I showed you
So she
my
didn't do
board.
the, like, there's two kinds of cupping. I just learned all this today. So she did the one where like it's the cup and then you move it on you. So like my whole
Okay.
back's probably just red. I don't have like the spots, but she's gonna do both eventually.
Yeah, I definitely seen people like with the very aggressive cupping. I mean, I'm very heavy into Dancing with the Stars,
They
as
do
you
it as
know,
a
with the night last
regular
night. Oh my
recovery.
God. They do it. I see it on their backs all the time.
Yes. Um,
Yeah, so Catie and I are just,
so it's been a rough, and then yeah, it's been a long couple weeks, and you've been traveling, which is also a portion of why we didn't record. But then we were home here in the Fitzgerald home because we were hit with hand, foot, mouth,
yeah,
which
which at like,
is
it
the
never happens at a good time. And Catie and I were talking about this at another day, but another date. But I have, knock on wood, like we haven't really gotten hand, foot, and mouth yet. I'm going to get it now because it's always in Daisy's classroom. But like, it is a beast.
It is. And so we need to talk to a pediatrician because I swear to God, there's some people that are immune. But I also heard if you were exposed to it, like, so if you're an adult and you were exposed to it as a kid, like, you're less likely to get it. Because
That makes sense. I had it as a kid.
I have a nurse friend that was like, you're probably going to get it. Like, just, it's fine. And, there's nothing that prepares you for these sicknesses. Like, remember the first time these kids got the flu? And I was like, Danielle, I'm not, like, before that, I was like, the kids have never been really sick. Like, we're doing great. And then they get that, like, the one thing that you fear. And it's
Yeah.
like a badge of honor of like, okay, I got through it. But just staring at those
I
little
always
hands with the bums.
I mean, I always ended up every time Colton got sick to this day, we end up in the hospital. Like anytime he gets like
Yeah.
the regular, but the knock on wood again. Daisy's had
I know.
COVID twice. Colton, they were convinced he was going to get it. Like the worst because he has asthma and he's always in the hospital. That dude is immune, I swear. Like I don't know. It was
I
like it's
think
just
it is like
crazy.
some, and that's where like hopefully Daisy and Colt, like they haven't had it because I on how did Kelvin not get hand, foot, and mouth in this home? Like I'm not that
I
good at
don't
a
know.
cleaner. Like maybe I was. I don't know. I was on it. I literally scrubbed this house top to bottom with an injured back. I'm like, I gotta do it. I gotta get it
And
done.
he's crawling around like a serpent, like cleaning her
Like
floors, like
wipes on the
she's
floor.
taking calls. Like you guys have to understand, like she's taking calls from like the bed, the couch. Like I'm
Oh yeah.
laughing at you, not because I was like I felt very bad for you, but also like it's just unreal that that all happened, and this was all leading up to your brother-in-law's wedding.
Yeah, we had, yeah, I think since we've all talked last, we've had two
Both of our
family
brothers, yeah.
weddings. And yeah, it just added an extra layer. We literally, so the literal 1 week before the wedding, we were like getting ready to leave the house, and all of a sudden Jack just comes over to me and was like, I have bumps on my hands. And we're like, so we went through the whole thing right away. I was kind of convinced at what, like, you know how you like convince yourself, you're like, it's not that,
Wait,
like we're fine,
didn't
like
you
it's
think
not
he
that.
had hand, foot, and mouth when he came to visit me? Wasn't like that like a thing? And I was like, well, if you have it, I don't care, just bring it. But didn't that happen one of the times you came to visit?
There was something.
I think it was that, like you weren't sure. But that's
It
the
wouldn't have
difference.
been hand, foot. I remember when I was down with you and your mom brought Daisy home and was like, she has hand, foot, and mouth. And we were like, it's not hand, foot, and
Hand,
mouth.
foot, and mouth. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. And
Okay,
you
yeah.
were the one being like, at this point, I don't. It's not hand, foot,
I
and
was
mouth.
like, I'm already here. So, like, what am I going to do? But then we were like looking at her and we're like, I don't think this is it.
It wasn't because then we took her to the doctor and they said no. Right?
Yeah.
Like that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was something like that. So, yeah, it's just that's definitely one you don't want to get. But
Poor
maybe I'll
guy.
make a little Amazon cart because did I buy $150 worth of cleaning supplies, like medications, things to have on hand because I wasn't prepared for something like that? I'll have to make a little Amazon.
But whatever you did worked, I feel like, because like you said, Kelvin didn't get it, and Jack, you said he didn't get the fever or anything. I know it's
Yeah.
different for kids.
Yeah, we didn't have the fever. He did have sores in his mouth, which didn't seem to bother him, which was weird. Like I know some kids will like refuse to eat, but he was eating. I just gave him bland. I switched to like all bland food, so I just tried
Okay.
not to irritate it. But we did like the magic mouthwash that you make. It's Mylanta and Benadryl that you mix together and put it on a
What?
cotton swab. Danielle, I was down a whole. I'm dead serious. I did a $150 delivery to my house.
Well, I'm glad that you know what to do in case it ever happens. Like, definitely share that because I feel like I've never heard that of all the people I know that have.
Yeah, so you make this stuff. I guess you can get if kids have it bad enough in their mouth, they actually prescribe it at the doctor, and you can go get it. But like insurance never covers it. I was down a whole TikTok, like shout out to TikTok people for like sending this stuff. So they sent me the ideas of that with you like put the Q-tip on the sores
Yeah.
in their mouth and it numbs it, and then hydrocortisone, the all the creams for everywhere. And like Jack kind of has sensitive skin, so I'm actually shocked it wasn't as bad, but like I lathered him up.
Just
We did
splattered
3.
all over him because you're like, you have to be in this. Like, we're doing this. He was better by in time. Like, that's important.
We did 3 baths a day of that, the Aveeno oatmeal bath stuff that our mom's text group people have suggested in the
Yeah.
past.
My mom
My
still
best
swears
friend
by that
said-
when the kids have like rashes and stuff.
I was straight up, so I'm gonna put somebody on the spot, but I have a friend that's breastfeeding still. I literally texted her and I was like, how do you feel about like sending some over? I'll
Yeah.
pay you. And she of course was like, yeah, I have a whole cooler of ones that have alcohol written on them. Because she's
But like, that's why you have that.
that's why you do. So I was like, if it gets any worse, I'm
Dude, I
I'm
had a
gonna
friend
get
in
it.
my neighborhood ask me, she thought she might have pink eye in her son, and she used my breast milk to like fix that.
Yeah.
Like breast milk does everything,
Yeah.
man.
I'm like,
My friend had a wound, but like a burn, put it on that, like
yeah,
whatever. But I'm not gonna lie, like most of my friends drank my breast milk, so
weird.
it is weird. But it was because like there's a long story behind it. Like it's fine. It's all fine. It's fine.
All right.
Weird.
Well, yeah, it is. So yeah, we're finally on the up and up. You still have more travel coming up.
Yeah, I've never traveled this much in my career. Like I did when I was like, but it was consistent. It was like coming down to for YPC
Right.
media every week during like night before Colton, then like every other week, then once a month. But it was like I knew it was coming. This has
Right.
been like a hot and heavy, like multiple unexpected travel trips, like
Last minute.
all at one time. But like they're super hard to say no to because they're really great opportunities.
Yeah.
So I think that there's been three. So I already had, right, I think I had like two planned already between like September, October, and then there's been three planned and three added on, I think is like the total.
Yeah.
So it's been difficult. I'll say that. Like my mom has been a huge help and Jordan's been really amazing. Like with the kids, I always lay everything out and make sure everything's written out so like they know what to do. But this is the first time I will say I actually like it's always hard to leave your kids when
Yeah.
you're traveling, but it's gotten a lot harder because now Colton like knows days and can count and understand. And he'll be like, this last trip I went on, he started crying and he's like, the last time you were gone for 6 days, I'd still miss you from that trip. And now you're gonna leave
Yeah.
again. Please don't go. Take me with you. So like they don't know I'm leaving again next week and then again the week after. So I think it's gonna be a really it's definitely been worth the travel, but it's been really hard on the kids and on Jordan. And I think, like, to be honest, like, I'm in this mode of I'm literally living out of a suitcase because I unpacked the suitcase to repack the suitcase. I feel like I haven't recovered from anything,
Yeah.
but I don't have time to like worry about it. But at the
Right.
same
Yeah.
time, like, I definitely am looking forward to like the holiday season, not traveling as much and like getting a break with the family and like trying to figure out my life.
Yeah, it's really hard too because it's been constant. So it's like you get over one and then it's like the next and it's part of the kid's schedule, right? Like you're part of their schedule. So throwing it off like gets them, feeling whichever type of
Yes.
way. And it gets harder because you're ingrained in the schedule. So then you're leaning on so many people to help and you feel guilty because they're helping, even though, they're okay to help.
You
But
feel real bad.
you feel bad, then you feel bad with the kids. And like, of course it's worth it at, work, but it's just the constant back and forth, it
The
goes,
event that I just went to, like, this is off topic, but I feel like what they said was really interesting. It was a totally different type of work event. We thought it was like just another vendor event. We went and it was very interactive and it was all based on like improvement and like we participated in the entire thing. So one of the conversations was really about like the five pillars of your like life and how if your life at home and this is so true. We've all felt this, but like I can't remember what they were like fitness, family, faith, and something like. But if those five pillars like aren't in line, and you go to work and you show up to work every day and you burn yourself out at work, like you're not giving. It's not just about like not giving your best to them. Like you're not showing up as your best self
right.
anywhere, and the cycle just keeps like trickling, trickling, trickling. And it was good to look at that introspectively because I have found like I'm not listening as well. Like the way I used to listen to like our team, like I used to make it a point, like I'd seek out their
Yeah.
feedback and their suggestions. And like now I like just feel like I don't sometimes have the capacity to like
Right.
process it. And it's like it's hurts them, but it also hurts the productivity of the business because the whole idea is like build teams around you that are better, like that are strong and the things you're not and like use all their ideas to come up with the best. So I do feel like in this next round of travel, like I am really trying to focus on making sure everything is right here and that I take the time here, regardless of what that like does to like other things to make sure that when I show up at these events or I show up that I'm like 150% there.
Yeah. And you have to remember too, like you're in the season, like this is the season of events and it will come to a close and then there won't be as much and then there will be, or, it
Mm-hmm.
ebbs and flows too. So it's taking advantage of the times when you're home and have not that schedule of being go, go, go. But then it's hard because, you want to sit down and work on the business and do some things
Yep.
and you're like, wait, I need some family time. Like I'd love to go take Daisy to something special in the afternoon or, spend, like you're volunteering at Colton school. Like, there's ways to get
To
back
do
into
it.
it, but it's hard because it goes both ways. So I feel like so many people relate to that though, where you just feel like you're giving one part all and then like you're rocking it at one spot, but the other side, you feel like
I talk
shit.
about all the time. Like the balance, and it's like I really want to work on like how every year at New Year we're like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Like I've kind of made like a decision in my mind like now to like start working on it now, like figuring out what my balance is gonna look like. Because like you said, it's gonna slow down the travel, but then it's gonna pick back up in the spring, and it's gonna be like it's part of
Yeah.
our lives as in what we do. And now that like you and I are both like out there networking more in general,
Yeah.
like finding that balance will be
Right.
important. And I feel like also maybe like saying no to things will be important, but I'm not the best at that.
I feel like too, we're in such a like growth stage of our careers that we're like, you can't literally say no to anything. I register for all these things and then I like the week of am like, no, I can't do
I
that. I
can't
can't do
do
that.
that. Yeah.
And it's like so many things. And like one of the things I've been trying to protect right now is the weekends
Yep.
because enough sports will be going and like in that. And I volunteered for this weekend and we have a wedding. And I'm like, I'm going to drop the kids off at noon. Am I really going to go volunteer all morning and be away from my family? Like when I'm already going to go grab
Oh,
them in
yeah.
the
So it's not
afternoon?
volunteering with the kids.
So I can't, no, it was just like I was going to go by myself. So I canceled that, which I feel bad because I love being a part of the group and like it makes me feel good to go volunteer and do that. But like the timing's not right, you know? So it makes it hard to, but I don't want to spread myself too thin because look, I already am injured and all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying to slow down, but like where we are in our careers is just like go, go, go.
Yeah, but I think you brought up something that I haven't like we haven't talked about together, but like until maybe today. Like I
Go get a
do
snack,
feel
buddy.
trying to figure out like instead of overcommitting and then because there's always guilt when you overcommit and then you have to pull something away. Like how do you
Yeah.
strategically like commit to just the right amount? Because like sometimes we do it to ourselves, right? Because if you
Yeah.
never said yes to the volunteer event, then you wouldn't feel guilty about not going and your
Right.
intentions for going were good. But
Right.
like you didn't know maybe about the wedding when you like I don't know like these
It's
things
just all
happen.
like it sounds like a great idea at the time. And then like I also try to remember like my social battery, I can only be in certain amount of things.
What do you mean you're not a hardcore extrovert?
Like
Weird.
I don't wanna see people every day. Like I need work at home days, execute things, get things done, work on, projects or whatever. And then there's days where I'm fine to go out
Cool.
or like, can you hear him?
Yeah. See,
Go get a snack. We have Jack here too, guys.
he's our co-host,
Cool.
our other co-host.
Anyway, it's just such a balance. And like yesterday I did a lunch event and it's like it takes me a little bit to come down off of those. Like you get thinking about all these different new things and you get so excited and motivated being at
Yep.
stuff. And then you're like, wait, I have a laundry list of things that already needed to be done. Like, am I really going to add 5 more priorities?
And what I think is funny about like us working together, for example, our schedules don't always align. Like our kids aren't getting out of school at the same time. Our kids' bedtimes aren't at the same time. And Catie and I got like a late request last night that was important to like get in. So, but we got the request. Catie was working on something else. By the time I got Colton down and came downstairs, I'm like, "Can I call you?" Katie's like, "I'm already in bed." But it is, to be fair, it's 10:30. You know what I mean? But that's when I'm doing my work. And then this morning we're trying to hop on to get everything done. And it's like Katie's like, "Well, I have drop off." I was like, "I have parent teacher conferences at 7:50. Drop off before that.
Just that.
Had drop off after." So like just trying to coordinate together. It's so
Alrighty.
funny because on top of all the work stuff, ooh, what snacks do we have? What are our
These are the
choices?
snacks of choice right now. Tell us what they are, Jeff.
Muffins and gummies.
Have
The
those
blue
My
things.
ones,
kids are obsessed with both of
and the
those.
brown ones are
He also doesn't have a shirt on. His new thing is when he gets home, he takes his shirt off.
My kids' new thing is like they wear one of like Colton wears one of my t-shirts and Daisy wears one of Colton's t-shirts. It's really cool. Like so you have naked kids. That's Joe and Rachel's kid, like naked.
Fine.
And then my kids like want to wear everybody else's clothes. It's fine. They all go through these
It's
unique
crazy.
phases of life. It's cool. Jack, I'm jealous of your snack choices. I might get some gummies after this. But like yeah, I feel like there's been so much there's even more going on than that. And then the other thing that we need to address is group 7, because I know I text you about this. My entire feed is filled with group 7. So then people are saying that there are groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. But like, are there?
Did you research this or would you like me to tell you? Because Michelle texted me the same thing and
I did research it, but it's like a social experiment, but there are other groups now.
So it's not really a social experiment. It's this girl is trying a marketing tactic for her music. She put out 7 videos and was singing her song and was like, you're in group 1, you're in group 2, you're in group 3, all the way up. And then for whatever reason, the number 7 one was the only post that initially went viral. So everyone was seeing group 7.
That makes
There's
way
like
more sense.
9 million views on that
I did
one
know she
alone.
made the videos.
Yes. It's like her PR team probably was like,
Yep.
hey,
Well,
let's
they're
do this,
geniuses
try this.
because now
They're trying anything, right? So now she's been making, if you look at her feed, like if you see one of those videos and click on the music, you'll see hers. She like has been just making all like group 7 videos now. Like it's a joke that everyone's seeing group 7 as far
I
as
know everybody's like ascending into group 7, but
so like
everyone's
you'll
in group
see
7.
if you
There is
like
no group
if
7.
you engage with her content, you're gonna see the other posts because of how TikTok's algorithm works.
Yeah.
Like if you like somebody's, they're gonna show you that creator again. So you'll see other ones. And where are you going now? Okay, turn the lights on. He's walking up and down the stairs.
He's just exercising.
We're just not at the point where like the stairs are super safe.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, so was a marketing ploy that went right. Song's pretty good. Nobody would have ever seen it without TikTok. So
Yeah, and all the stuff going on with it. I think maybe I got confused because we just did that Enneagram one.
oh, so you're like, am I getting a 7?
Like, what's happening? Like, what are we doing now?
Am
So
I-
interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun TikTok things. This is why you need a podcast with some marketers on it to explain these
The
things.
tactics that are going down.
Yeah, so like you might think you're group 7, but like literally everyone is.
Everyone's group 7 now. Everybody's capitalizing on being group 7.
Right. It just turned into like a trend,
It's a trend, like anything else, But
yeah.
hey, it's
Shout out, she's making it through like all the Taylor Swift stuff, so that's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to break through Taylor Swift. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's no Taylor Swift on my TikTok because it's all K-pop. It's all Stray Kids.
Yeah, no one. Your feed is probably the worst.
Everyone would hate me. Catie, you know that I woke up this weekend after traveling all week at 5 a.m. to live. I had to buy a ticket. Jordan's like, you did not do this. You did not buy a ticket, but I did. We all watched it was $45. It was a 4.5 hour concert live.
$45.
I did it. It was really good. It was worth every penny in my opinion.
Did you
but
just
like
sit there alone?
I think I need an intervention. Like I definitely need help.
Yeah,
like really, really, really need help.
Yeah,
but it was in my opinion, it's totally worth it.
Watch more football. Start watching more football. Read.
I do watch football.
Read some of the like hockey smut books.
I read all the smut books, and like I'm at this point where like now I want K-pop.
You want to read Korean smut?
I haven't read it yet, but there is like I'm not the only like millennial that's in this group. It's like a lot of elder millennials. I don't know if we needed this because like boy bands, like we needed a revival. I don't know what it is. They are just so like, oh my God. But regardless, now there's like fantasy books like you're reading about hockey. These are like K-pop idols hooking up with fans. So maybe that's like where I need to go.
I only read sports books now. My book intake has actually gone down quite a bit.
The Puck, I know what ones you're talking about. Yeah, I feel like we haven't talked about
I can't read those ones. The books that I read are there's very specific genre for Catie out there.
Yeah, we know. We did a book club to find it out. And then once we figured it out, we never did book club again because you went down a dark road of...
I really haven't read that many, but...
Really? You read 0 books before this book club. 0. You lied about reading the one for work, so don't even pretend.
No.
Like, it's
but like all the books I read are happy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's dying. Nobody's doing anything. They're so dramatic. Like not even that. They're like dramatically like love. Like everything always works out. It's rainbows.
Yeah, you like those ones.
Like turn your brain off. Like I don't want to think about murder. I don't want to think about anything bad.
Where I like love the murder stuff. Like I just read a murder book. It was so good. And then this weekend, I also like my friends all said did you watch The True Haunting about Geneseo? It's terrifying. Chris, if you've watched it, you'll know. Chris. So we all keep pranking each other, but it's like a haunting story about like one of the halls that some of our friends lived in Geneseo. And I live for that. You know me. Like
let's go back. Watch it. Let's go back and check it out. Yeah, I think we've had quite a bit going on. What else is there to go over? We've been heavy in sports over here.
I know you guys have. Like, you have little athletes going on.
We're trying. If it's hard because they're so young and I just want them to play sports and we're not. It's been really difficult too because Jack's still the youngest in a lot of the groups that we've been doing. But tonight's actually the last night of baseball. And then...
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah, we're going to start...
Mama, gummy crunch.
Excuse me, hold on. I have
gummy
to...
time.
Gummy, please. Hopefully there's no, like, crunchy moms out there because there's probably red dye in these. Sorry.
I have those exact same gummies.
Oh, I think we're going to start hockey in the new year.
Wow, hockey. That's an expensive commitment.
It is. But, Brian played hockey. It's like we're in upstate New York. You got to try it.
Yeah, we're in, like, a weird phase of, like, we made Colton try all the things when he was younger, and he's just like, I'm fine with being different, Mom. He wants volleyball and basketball, but there's no boys volleyball here. So I think I'm going to get him into basketball, and I'm doing the School of Rock starting next month. So that'll be good for him because he gets to play all the instruments, sing. My kids are definitely performers. Daisy is performing constantly. We practice Dancing with the Stars dances every week. She has her recital soon, but like no like sports. Daisy wants to play. They all golf. Colton and Daisy like
Yeah.
golf. But
Of
I mean,
course.
you do what you're, like you said, Ryan did this, you
You
played
start,
soccer.
you start. I actually just was talking to somebody about this of like, they're so little. Like Daisy's so little. Like, how do you do anything but dance right now with her? Like, it's so cute and gets her to understand a little bit. But then you really have to be open to try everything. You have to figure out what they like. But I
Yes, you have
also
to give
think
them the
there's something
opportunity.
to like, Jack's been a little tougher than Calvin of like crying at sports.
Yeah.
He already has some, we had a rough start to the school year and like getting in without crying and, but he's been so good at school now. It's like his getting comfortable there. But these sports programs are so fast that like he's finally comfortable there now and it's over.
And it's over. That's how Colton, I feel like maybe that's like a firstborn, secondborn, and we talk a lot about that.
Yeah.
But like Daisy jumps into things so quickly. Colton is like so
Calvin's
slow.
like, I don't even care who's out here with me. I'll
Yeah.
kick the ball around. Like it's fine. But another thing too from the sports world that I'll say was when I was in college, it was right when like Instagram started going big and everyone was making pages. There was this account called Soccer Girl Problems. And it
Okay.
was girls my age in college. They all went to the same university and they made like, parody videos of like soccer, like preseason, like all the things that we go
Yeah.
through as collegiate soccer players. And it was so funny. And so these girls have stuck with it. They're still my age, clearly out of school. They still make all these videos. They go
That's
to like
awesome.
universities and make videos, but they're like using their platform now. And one of the things that they're like pushing right now or like having conversations about is that kids sports should be capped at prices. Like you look at this stuff and kids from different areas are getting different opportunities because their parents can afford stuff or you can buy your way onto teams. And like, it's a whole rabbit hole I could go down, but I, couldn't agree more. Like hockey's going to be $175 for a 4-year-old who doesn't even know how to skate for 6 weeks.
Yeah. And like some people will be priced out of that. Like I know that Joe,
Right.
my brother, is part of something called You Deserve a Chance Foundation for Baseball. And it
Mm-hmm.
gives kids scholarships, basically like gives them the ability to play like on great teams. So they get the experience of being part of a team when they really can't afford it. And not just like good,
Like travel
great
teams
coaches.
and different
Yeah.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, every kid deserves that opportunity, and we make it so like challenging and so expensive that like it is kind of sad that there's kids out there who like.
The example she gave was basically like, you have these kids that play travel baseball and they pay $4,000 to be on the team and they get to go to Hershey, PA. Like, you're like, you could have took your family on a Disney vacation, but you went
It's
to Hershey.
insane.
Yeah, it's anyway. But I think with that, it's a good catch up. We're back at it. We have some guests lined up for the end of the year here, which will be really fun. We're already almost to November.
Yeah, I think the year's almost over. That is correct. But we do have a lot of good things lined up, topics that you guys have requested, and some specialists beyond Catie and I's expertise, we should say. So it'll be great.
Sure. I do have to read really quickly. Again, we have some openings still too. So if you look back to one of our old episodes, if you're still listening at this point and not listen to us ramble, we're still looking for some people to come on for different categories. So those will be listed on our website. And then if you all are interested in listen to the last episode, which was at the beginning of October, Lauren from Brooksy Box did give us a code for all of our listeners to get 15% off. So that's one of our highest discounts. If you use code 9 is the number 9, 2 spelled out TO mom 15. So you can get 15% off a Brooksy box.
And if you don't know what that is because you didn't listen, you can send boxes to moms for any reason. If they just found out they were pregnant, they just gave birth, there was some kind of loss, infertility, like literally anything you can think of that a mom or someone trying to be a mom is going through, she has curated custom boxes for that. So definitely take a look.
And I think with that, it's time for us to clock out and clock back into the 9 to 5.
That 9 to 5.
We'll
Bye,
see you guys
guys.
next time.